The HR or Human Resource Security Policy. The HR or Human Resource Security Policy is something that is quite misunderstood by many companies when they start to write security policies. They think that because they have HR policies, training, and orientation, that should be enough. But there are specific things that we want surrounding security that we need to cover in our HR security policy. Let me give you some questions and some reasons why an HR security policy is a good idea. The questions are, why do we need to background check people, and to what degree? This comes up and we'll identify it in the policy. Or why is there a separate information security awareness training separate from our regular HR onboarding or training? Why do specialized jobs need special information security awareness training? And why are terminations just as important as hiring? So first, let's talk about the background checks. So first off, you'll need to determine what level of background check is to be done in your company. What kind of classified, confidential, restricted data does everyone have the ability to touch? Just think about it. Think about your receptionist. She or he may touch a piece of classified data unbeknownst to them, but they may have access for one moment to a piece of confidential classified data. We want to background check everyone to a certain degree and determine what data we want them to touch and how deep their background check needs to go. Second, why is there a separate information security awareness training separate from HR training or orientation? Because there's specific requirements that we have or regulations we have or that our customer have that we want to make sure that our employees, contractors, and vendors know what we expect and what we require of them. So we put it in a training. Now, third, why do specialized jobs need specialized information security training? Because there are some jobs in your companies that touch code, encrypted data, unencrypted data, accidentally unencrypted data, and people have to know exactly what to do. So there should be a little specialized training for people who can touch code or customer data, even restricted data. Fourth, why are terminations just as important as hiring? Because if there is a termination for cause inside your company, you want to make sure that that person does not have access to any accounts or any data for 1 minute longer than they are employed and under your control. And in fact, we want to make sure no accounts accidentally have been left open for access from someone else through a terminated employee's accounts, causing a future breach. Very important. So what do we need to do? So we're going to establish some simple rules about what we care about. What type of background check for what type of job, what classification of data might they touch, what type of training and for whom, what are our termination processes, how fast can we do it, what do we do if we miss that time frame, what's going on. Create some simple procedures that support your ideas. Create a policy. Compare all the rules that you might have for regulation, all the pushback you might get from your own employee culture or company culture, your own people, your vendors, etc. Put that in writing. Determine what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. Turn that into a policy. Make sure that policy meets the standards or regulations for your company, and then gain agreement with your senior staff that this is how you want to handle these topics inside of HR. And then make a policy, train your people on that policy so that you can enforce it later. Now, if any time along the way this doesn't make sense or you need some assistance or guidance, here at Adhere, we are very policy-specific experts, and we're happy to come in and give you a hand. Thanks.